Alright guys, the Sabotage show is not intended for all audiences. Discretion is advised. Alright guys, you are listening to the Sabotage show here on manic-expression.com, and I am your saboteur, the moderately annoyed Canadian here, guys, and I have a few things I want to talk about. It is July 26th, and there's a lot of things I want to talk about, and there's a few things I can't talk about, which is really upsetting because I like to get it off my chest, but I guess I'll have to wait until early August to get some of that out, but you will soon find out yourselves. Alright, so I've been doing a little bit of work with some of the members from the site, such as that long-haired creepy guy on the Sabotage Show Midnight Special. I've also been working with Kyle a little bit on some ideas that we're going to do for a new podcast. It might even be in video form. I'm not too sure at this current point, but I think you'll enjoy it. We're going to be working on that soon. Also been talking to the big black hat man, Mark, about a little something special, I guess you could say. Little head-to-head review on movies. I'll give you a little bit more information on that as the time comes. And also, I want to mention the Facebook page. I know you're sick and tired of hearing about it. I'll shut up after this, I promise. But I will not be getting my tattoo. The tattoo I was talking about getting on my left arm, remember? I mentioned that. We have not hit 300 likes, but we have hit 74 likes, which is awesome because when I first started doing it, we were at 40-something. And there's 300 members just about, and so this is good. We are progressing in that because we do want to get the word around about the site. Yeah, also the sabotageshow.webs.com is up and running, and we also have a lot of people posting on there, their blogs, their videos, their podcasts, and anything that they really want to make sure that they're able to get out there that might not make it on Manic Expression, might not be able to get the hits that you're looking for, and this way I can kind of promote your site through my Facebook page as well, and that's the Sabotage Show on Facebook. You can like that as well, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well. I have one of those Twitter accounts, a Twitter twatter, real hard daughter. Wait, why do I keep doing that? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so those are a few things I wanted to talk about today. Not a whole lot for this update because there's not a lot I can talk about at this point, but there are a lot of good things coming for the site, and I'm pretty excited about that. We'll have to wait for August. But yeah, like I said, I've been working with guys like that long-haired creepy guy on the Sabotage Show Midnight Special. You guys have to stay tuned for that one. That will be posted next Saturday, not this Saturday. I think you're going to like that one. And also working with, like I said, Big Black Hat Man on a little head-to-head action on the on some movie reviews. I'll give you the premise of that. That one is basically going to be every week we will watch a movie of the other's choosing. For example, I won't tell you the name of the movie right now, but we have watched them. Mark, or the Big Black Hat Man, told me I had to watch a Western, right? Because I'm not a huge Western fan. I don't have anything against them, but I've never really been that into them. And as we all know, the Big Black Hat Man, Mark, he loves Westerns, right? And he's really good at reviewing them. So I thought, you know what, fuck it. You know what, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch the one he chose for me, and I'll give him my opinions on that. And then I told him he had to watch a certain movie, horror movie, because I'm a huge horror movie fan, and he had to watch that. And I already have an idea of what he thought of it. And so we're going to be doing a little bit of a podcast head-to-head episode on that, and that should be pretty interesting. It's not going to be your typical podcast. It's not going to be your typical show here on Manic, but it's definitely going to be something interesting. And same with the Sabotage Show Midnight Special. Prepare yourselves, guys. This is not going to be for the faint of heart. We're going to be getting into topics to which a lot of you shy away from, I'm sure. It's going to get dark, and it's going to be awesome because that's the way it should be. My initial intentions when I started doing this podcast show was to actually, it was never to be lighthearted. Like, I'm not an asshole by any means, but it was never meant to be one of those things where people can just talk about, video games, movies, and music, which I do love talking about, but it was never meant to go into that general direction. So what I was going to do initially was just to be ruthless and, tell you what I think about fucking Facebook and what I think about some of these fucking assholes on YouTube. Speaking of which, I do want to tell you a little bit of a story about that before I continue on my rant. I was going through my YouTube subscribers, or the guys I'm subscribed to anyway, and I come across this one, and he just uploaded a video, and I don't remember his name. I think I might even unsubscribe just because I was so pissed off. I didn't want to become a troll during this, so what I ended up doing was I ended up watching his video, and he's a bigger guy. Okay, he's probably pushing 400 pounds. I could be wrong, but he's a bigger guy. I don't really give a shit about that. He's good to watch. He talks about video games, and he has this thing where he does this alter ego where he's like a total dweeb, a geek. But anyway, so he posted this one video one day, and I'm like, oh, all right, I'll check it out, right? He's pretty decent. And so I'm on there, and he's not wearing a shirt. And as many of you know, we've actually done it here on the site a few times, or I should say a few of us have. And so anyway, so this he's not wearing a shirt, and he starts talking about how being overweight all his life, it can be tough, and he's had to deal with a lot of criticism. And one of the stories he had told during this podcast, or sorry, during this video, was when he was younger, one of his best friends in high school had commented on his weight, saying, "Oh, you're fat, and you should really lose weight. You're out of breath, and blah blah blah." And he's basically just insulting him, and it was fine and good. But what I don't get is, all of a sudden in this video, there's this music playing in the background, like a sad after school special, Full House, music, like where it's like depressing and trying to suit the mood of the video, which is fine, I guess. But I think that something clicked in my mind where I was watching this, and I realized that this guy doesn't have a cameraman, and this guy doesn't have a director or a producer. He's pretty much doing all the work himself, much like we do on the site here. And what really got to me was, how fucking narcissistic can this fucking asshole be? And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm pissed off. Where he actually decided to make this video, which is fine, right? If you want to express your feelings. But when you go out of your way to almost lure the audience and trick them into an emotional state, much like if you were to watch a made-for-TV movie or something like that, where they're trying to hit an emotion or something, trying to strike something in you to make you tear up or something like that. And so anyway, this guy's, and he's doing all the work himself. So he's putting this audio track in the background, and he's trying to simply play off of people's emotions, basically. And to me, that's just narcissistic. It's egotistic. It's playing on people's emotions, and people fucking fall for this shit. And I'm watching, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care that you're overweight personally. I watch a lot of fucking YouTube videos, and there's a lot of people that are overweight, and that's not why I'm fucking watching this shit. And if you decide to go out there and make a video about a video game, and you want to talk about your favorite comic books, that's fine and good. I don't give a shit what you look like, what you sound like, or if you're a man or a woman, or you're gay or straight, you're black or white. I don't really give a shit. But when you start playing that emotion that we're all supposed to feel bad for you, and the fact that he played that music in the background, I think is what triggered it for me, because I'm sitting there listening to this shit, and I'm thinking, you fucking egotistical bastard. This is what you're doing to get views on your fucking YouTube channel. You have absolutely no self-respect. You're pretty much sitting there playing on our emotions, which it doesn't work for me anymore, because I'm fucking past that shit. I respect somebody because they're open and honest, but when you start fucking with shit like that, that's when I get pissed off. So I think I unsubscribed to his channel. So yeah, like I said, I don't mind if you're talking about yourself, like I'll sit here and tell you that I'm skinny, and I've always fucking been skinny. And it doesn't matter what I eat, doesn't matter what I do, I've always been skinny all my life. But I'm not going to play some sappy fucking song in the background so you guys are like, oh, I really feel bad for him, and oh, I hope he's, hope he manages to be okay and doesn't try to kill himself or blah, blah, blah. As I tell you right now, that shit doesn't fly with me anymore. Maybe when I was younger, maybe more naive, I would have played, the sap card and sat there and cried during this video or whatever that he did. But, when you start making it a point to try to get people to feel bad for you, and you try to make people feel sorry for you, that's not cool. That's what I like about this site, is people put shit on here all the time. And once in a while, on the site, I mean like on Manic, once in a while something slips, where they'll say something about themselves that maybe nobody knew over the last couple of years. and it'll be like, for example, like I'm hoping, I don't want to reveal any names or anything like that, but when Movie Fan was doing a look at Disney or whatever it was, and he was saying that he has seizures. I'm hoping I'm not getting the people confused or mixed up here, but and that's pretty revealing. But he didn't try to play on anybody's emotions. What he was doing was just, in a way, it was a good time for him to open up and say, "This is what I have to deal with," and this is how I can kind of relate to this one episode of this. So he made it so it was easier for him to kind of come out and say it. You know what I mean? And that to me is fucking badass. That is balls to the walls right there, guys. That's right. I said balls to the walls. And so for people to come out and open up like that without making it a fucking 25-minute video about how they're obese, because you're not the only one. I'm sorry, you're not the only one that has to deal with the problem, and to pull people in with views and shit like that and try to play on their emotions, that just fucking pisses me off. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm ranting a lot here. You don't have to fucking listen to this anyway. But anyway, so when people actually do it in a natural sense, in an environment where it comes out naturally, that's cool. I respect that. And I'm gonna, just out of respect to Movie Fan, I'm gonna come out and say, you know what, I am bipolar. I constantly deal with mood swings and issues and shit like that. And I basically, for me, I'm either in a good mood or I'm in a bad mood. I shouldn't say bad mood, but it could be very negative, like a very negative mood, right? So a lot of the times, if you find that I'll go weeks or sometimes like a month without even doing a podcast or whatever. Sometimes it'll only be a couple days, but it's probably because my mood is pretty negative, and I don't want to have to do this when I'm in a negative mood, because it really just affects everything I do and how I feel. But right now I'm in a great mood, all that shit aside that I was just talking about. And like I said, there is a lot of good stuff happening right now with the podcast I've been doing, the Sabotage show, and some of the work I'll be doing with the other members. And yeah, so guys, I really appreciate, thanks for listening again. And the next time you hear this, it'll be, the next Sabotage show will definitely be a little bit more upbeat, I swear to God. So guys, again, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like my Facebook page, that's the Sabotage Show. And you can follow me on the Twitter if you'd like. I don't really post a whole lot on there, but recently I kind of have been. I'm always posting pictures of me not wearing a shirt for some reason. I don't know why. I'm always not wearing a shirt. I'm not like a nudist or anything. James said I was a nudist. I'm not really. I just happened to not wear a shirt when I was interviewing him. I don't know. Maybe I should just stop taking off my shirt. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm very white. I don't really get a lot of sun. And then when I do get sun, I start sweating and then I want to come inside right away. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. I hope I didn't ruin your days. All right, guys, talk to you later. Okay, bye.